You're in Braves country.
Good morning and welcome to Braves Country today, as we will be getting you set for the New York Mets series. Programming reminder, real quick, we're going to be doing this at the beginning of each series, and then if the Braves do make the postseason, we will be here every day, obviously. We've got a lot of content coming in on other same platform, Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube, but we've got a lot of content coming in. Football season's coming in. I'm only going to be able to do this twice a week, essentially. So today begins the Mets series. Let's recap the Phillies series real quick. We split 1-2, lost 2. Would have liked to take in 3 out of 4. Would have liked to have overtaken the Phillies, but there's still a game in front of us. So you can deal with that. That's really not the worst thing in the world. I'll be honest with you. I was very hopeful that we were going to get the series ender yesterday, and I was really hopeful that we were actually going to be in front of the Phillies heading into this series. But I'm not disappointed in this loss, and I'll tell you why. Aaron Nola just carved up a very inexperienced lineup with Atlanta. You know, you've got your veterans on the team, but you've also got a lot of youth. And we've talked about this in the past, but the overall lack of pitch selection when guys are standing up at the plate has been piss poor the entire year. And Aaron Nola took advantage of it. And I actually had a buddy text me right before the game, or as the game's starting, telling me how we're going to roll. Touki Toussaint looked great in the first inning. We're going to roll. We own Aaron Nola. And I was like, oh, my God, pump the brakes. Aaron Nola has famously been pretty solid against Atlanta in spots. I know Atlanta's gotten to Aaron Nola from time to time, but remember, it was just a few years ago on opening day where he was carving the Braves up, and their idiot manager was Kapler took him out of the game in like the 6th inning, and the Braves came roaring back. Aaron Nola, when he is on, is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He has just never put it together for an entire season. But he is the closest thing that I have ever seen since Roy Halladay to Roy Halladay. And it's not just because they've worn the same jersey. It's because he owns a repertoire of pitches that he keeps you off balance. But Touki Toussaint, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, no walks. No walks allowed in this game. I heard the stat was the first time in like 4 years that neither team had given up a walk. That's saying something. There was a total of 22 strikeouts yesterday. Martin came in and gave up that run. You hate that in the 8th inning. But let's be honest. The game would have played out different in the 9th if it would have been a 1-0 affair. If it would have been a 1-0 affair, I don't think Nola goes out there for the complete game. But it was 2-0, and they were giving him a chance. And he got all the way to 2 2/3, then gave up the dinger to Riley. Riley had a day. For a team that didn't score, Riley had a day. 3 for 4, 2 doubles, a home run. You got to love that. Look, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the series. You don't like going into New York 5 games out and about to play a 5-game series. And I heard Jerome Drenovich say yesterday that the Braves need to win 4 or 5. I don't think that's necessarily true. Would you like to win 4 or 5? Absolutely. Hell, you'd love to win 5 of 5. But I think the key is you got to win the series. If you win the series, you got a 5-game series starting today. If you win the series, and by the way, today is a doubleheader. If you could find a way to win the series, you're then 4 out. With about 60 games to play. If you are 4 out with about 60 games to play, give or take, That can be done, especially with the fact that the final 3 games of the season are in Atlanta against the Mets. So it's not do or die time, but you definitely don't want to go in there and get smoked your damn self. You really don't want to lose the series, because let's say you lose 3 out of 5, then you are going to be looking at a 6-game deficit or worse. You can't go in and lose 4 out of 5. You lose 4 out of 5, that at that point, it might be sell mode for the Braves. I think anything above losing 4 out of 5, the Braves will be buyers. But 3 out of 5 would be the bare minimum that you want. But you could absorb losing 3 out of 5, but that's not what you want heading in, because they're going to be less aggressive. If you go in there, you win 4 out of 5. Hell, if you win 5 out of 5, Braves are going to be buying come Friday. Today, we got Muller versus Stroman. I still think that is a terrible mistake. This is a series you need to win. And I get it that they're getting greedy. But in a 7-inning game, the Braves have been horrendous. I mean, we have not scored at all in these 7-inning games. Why not run Bryce Wilson out there and understand that you're probably punting to give Muller and company a better chance to win game 2? They still have not announced game 2. Now, I'm recording this Monday morning, but they still have not announced. I did see a thing. Jacob deGrom threw on the hill for the first time yesterday. So don't expect him for this series. That's the good news for the Braves. We shouldn't see him. But Bryce Wilson goes tonight. Kyle Muller today. First pitch is at 5. Second pitch will be around 8 o'clock. So it's a long day of baseball today. Tomorrow we've got Morton. And once again, the Mets have not announced most of their starting lineups. And so with that being said, the Mets, it's going to be a little hard to navigate through this, but the Mets are kind of scrambling in their own right with the school. If after Marcus Stroman, they're going to be scrambling a little bit. And I'm a little surprised by the Mets decision, and I'll tell you why. If you're going to be scrambling to begin with, I would have really thought about going with a couple of bullpen games today, and you let Marcus Stroman pitch a full game tomorrow, a 9-inning game, because you know that he's most likely to go 6 innings, whatever, and not eat up your bullpen. What if you end up having to put a couple of kids out there who get rocked in game 2 of tonight, but game 3 tomorrow, and you have to just deplete your bullpen? I'm a little surprised that they went this route, but that's the route they're going. I am looking at it now that let me see here. The second game, I'm going to another outlet. Nope, the Mets still have not announced. So we'll see what they announce, but it won't be one of their bigger names. Now, Charlie Morton goes tomorrow. That their pitcher is undecided. So we still don't know who they're going with then. Now, Tyler McGill is going to go in game 4, which is Wednesday, and he will go up against Max Fried. We know that to be true. And then Thursday, you're looking at Taijuan Walker, who got rocked again Saturday night. He's got 3.43 ERA, but he has been pitching terribly through his last few outings. I don't expect him to pitch terribly on Thursday. It's going to be a day game after a night game. Bats are usually quiet anyways. The big question is will Drew Smyly pitch? He hurt his knee, came out the other night, pitched only 4 innings. His knee was barking at him. They haven't put him on the IL yet, so that's the good news. But the bad news is when they asked Smyly about it after the game, essentially he said, I don't know. I've never been through this. So I would imagine if it's not hurting, he's going to give it a go. But how long he can go will be a different question. That's a situation where you wish the doubleheader was on Thursday and not on Monday, because in that situation, you could put Smiley out there, tell him to give it his best shot. And if he doesn't get it, all right, well, that's fair. And then we'll go from there. I'm also starting to wonder, are we going to see Tyler Davidson anytime soon? I haven't heard an update on him in a while, and it's a little concerning because he's been out for a hot minute. He was pitching really well. We are starting to hear good things about Enoa. So hopefully Noah gets back sometime in early August. So that's a positive. And as far as we won't see you until Friday, I don't expect the Braves to make a move until Friday. I think they're going to wait for the dust to settle on the Mets series to figure out where they are. Because you don't want to go in and get a bunch of chips that you get paid big time prospects for, and then they finally get in the clubhouse like on Wednesday or Thursday. You wake up Friday morning and you're selling off because you've dropped 4 out of 5 or something ridiculous, or 5 out of 5. So I think the Mets series is going to make the deciding factor on whether we are all in or all out. Regardless, I don't believe that the Braves are going to make any kind of like ground shaking, rim rocking moves. The Pirates last night traded Frazier out to the Padres. For people who aren't familiar with Adam Frazier, he leads the National League in hits. He's a second baseman. He can also play outfield. Usually bats at the top of the order. Sound familiar? Something that we could use? I would have loved to seen Frazier put on an Atlanta Braves uniform and see what we can get for him, or see what we can do with him. Put him out in left field, Jock and right, platoon center with Almonte and Heredia, and get after it. You can put him at the top of the order. You can even bat him second. He's batted first, second a majority of his career. And then you could have had Freddie hitting third, slide Ozzie down behind Freddie or Riley, depending on how the righty-lefty matchups. But that's not what happened, so we have to live with it. My people keep asking me, where do I want to see them go? I would love to see Atlanta go grocery shopping at the Texas Rangers, Gallo, Kennedy. Let's go get them and let's roll. If not there, I wouldn't mind seeing them stopping off and see what they could do with the Minnesota Twins. They've traded a lot with the Twins, and the Twins have Byron Buxton, who's a free agent at the end of next year. And if they don't want the moon and stars for him, go get him as a rental. Go get him as a 2-year rental. Byron Buxton is an athlete. You could put him anywhere in your lineup, and you could sit him out there in center field. You could put him in left field, whatever have you. That would, and they've got some arms that you could pluck out of their bullpen as well. So Minnesota and Texas are going to be the ones I'm going to be paying attention to the most. Don't get me wrong, would love to see Kimbrel come back to Atlanta, but I just don't think it's going to happen. He's got too much money owed. I think he's like the big piece that everybody wants. And so I think the Cubs are going to rake everyone over the coals for him. And I don't think AA is going to spend the prospects to get him. It would be different if the Atlanta Braves had everybody healthy and we're sitting 4 or 5 games in front of on first place and we're rolling like the way we were rolling last year. And that was the one piece that was keeping us from winning it all. Kimbrel would be an Atlanta Brave. But this isn't that team. This is a team we're going to try to get into the tournament and see what the hell kind of mess we can cause for everybody. If you get hot, you get hot. And if you don't, hell, it's been a hell of a ride. But these are the witching hours, and we'll see you on Friday. 5-game series, like I said, huge day. I will be updating a little bit on the take me out to the ball game every day with the Braves. So if you want to stop by there, catch that as well. We will see you Friday, and hopefully the Atlanta Braves, who will be bringing in the Milwaukee Brewers, which is going to be a pain in the ass by itself. Hopefully they'll have some pieces to get to that place. But AA normally waits until 3:30 Eastern at the 4 p.m. deadline to bring guys in, which means whoever we trade for won't make it into the clubhouse by like Sunday. We'll see you on Friday. Have a great rest of the week and go Braves, damn it.
You're in Braves country.